Hello everybody, welcome to Looking New with Lady Blue. We're about to do some nails today, so definitely take notes, get ready, because we're about to have a whole lot of fun. I try to do things that you don't normally see. I try to have it where as though it's something that is functional, something that when you get it done you don't have to worry about adjusting your day-to-day life too much. So first thing, I always use the clear tips. So these are my clear tips. The clear tips, they look like this. Put everything on here so just so you can see it. So this is what the clear tips look like. And we're gonna do the fruit basket today. We're gonna do watermelon. We're gonna do pomegranate. We're gonna do grapefruit, strawberry, and we're gonna do banana. Okay. So, of course, you gotta keep the area clean. I use my disinfectant, and I use the Young Nails Protein Bond. Sometimes I like to use the C&D nails, but we're not gonna do pointy today. Today we're just gonna do the basic square because we're focused on functional. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done other ones before. I've done the cupcake with stars. I've done the butterflies, which are pretty cool, and also the hearts. So like the glass nails is kind of like my thing. The reason why is because I really don't want to have to worry about the nail polish smudging. I really don't want to have to worry about the nail polish curing and the color fading because I'm cooking something that has like curry in it, paprika, or cayenne pepper or something like that. And with the glass nails, it's just very clean, see-through. The design is basically inside of the nail, which is really cool. And just so that you know, you can not just do fruit pieces, but you can just go like to your regular craft store and you can pick up different shapes, butterflies. These are some butterflies. Heart shapes. These are some heart shapes in different colors, you know. You can do all kinds of fun stuff and put them right inside of the nail. And money is really popular, but I'm going to tell you, they say you're not supposed to cut up money. It's supposed to be against the law. Look at the little animals. I'm looking at the ladybug and the frog. So if you're cutting up money, you may not want to tell anybody. But I will say there are people who do that, and it looks really nice. Like, it's really, I'm going to say fancy. That's what I'll say. It's very fancy. A lot of exotic dancers really love it. So if I get a client that's about that money and really likes to brag about it, or who knows, they could just be wearing green. Money looks really nice inside of the nails as well. So first thing first, have to take the electric filer and clean the nail bed, of course. And after you use the electric filer and clean the nail bed, you have to put your tip on the nail. And then you put the protein bond on the nail. because that basically helps the product to adhere onto the nail. Now, I want to tell you, don't move around and do a lot of things after you put the protein bond on, because it's very sticky. Also, what happens is particles can stick to your nail, which will make your nail eventually lift. And then that defeats the whole purpose, because the goal is to help the nails to last long, not to have the nails lift, because lifting can hurt. And you take a small piece of the crystal, and I basically put it on the nail, and I'm gonna tap it, working it down the nail. I go along the sides to make sure nothing is sticking, and then I pick up each fruit piece one by one, and I basically give it a spot on the nail. Once I do that, I pick up more product. I put it on top of the nail. And then I begin to kind of like seal the nail to have it where as though the product is an outside layer and closes the product on the nail. So I'm gonna turn my finger this way so you can kind of see me. Working it on there. From my experience, a lot of people who come and get their nails done really like the glass nails, because all the work is done on the inside, and they don't have to wait a long time for the nail to be completed, nor do they have to be concerned about picking out a color. They just basically pick out what they want on the inside, and they're done. Now, I really like the strawberry. I really do. So I'm going to add the strawberry on there. And I really do like the banana. The only problem is the banana is so thick that if I put it on there, see how bulky it is? So that's not going to happen. But I wanted to show it to you. So like, I'm not going to be able to put the banana on there unless the banana is a thinner slice. Traveling! How you doing, Traveling? We're doing Looking New with Lady Blue. And we're basically doing a fruit basket on the nails today. So I'm putting a flatter piece of the banana on the nail, and I'm sealing it on the nail with the pomegranate, the strawberry, the watermelon. You know, what do they say, go big or go home? Yeah, we're doing one of those situations. You guys can actually meet BSB Traveling on a segment that we did in reference to locks and, you know, just the different things that guys go through when they have locks in their hair. It's very interesting. You can go right onto my my YouTube page. Unbreakable Lady Blue Ice, and look at those different segments that was done, you know. So again, I'm just basically sealing it closed. You see that? And if there's any pieces that's sticking upward, it's okay. And the reason why is because when I use the electric filer, it's gonna file all that down and it's gonna be flat anyway. I really don't want it to be bulky anyway. So it looks like that, right? Now, there are some people who use acrylic for this, and that's fine, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Acrylic is very cloudy, and acrylic, it doesn't give it that look that I'm looking for at the end, which is that see-through finish. So that's the reason why crystal is very important to be used to do glass nails. Or you can also consider looking at gel. Gel is another structure that can be used because once it hardens on the nail, it's completely clear. You can see right through it. It's translucent, like it's really, really nice. And if you have a really nice top coat, no matter what, whether you use the crystal or the gel, it's gonna shine and it's gonna look so beautiful. So I'm gonna let that structure harden. And the number one thing with this, you want to always make sure you clean up after yourself. Why? Well, first of all, this product can, and most products that work good have a smell to them. This product has a scent to it that lingers. So my secret to keeping that odor to a minimum is when I'm finished, I make it my business to fold up the paper towel and basically put everything in the garbage. I roll it up. That's basically what I do. So I'm putting my brush away. And I always keep my brush very flat like that. I actually squeeze it flat on the paper towel because it's like a way of me training the brush. I need it to always stay flat like that. So I'm gonna put my brush away. I'm gonna put all of those examples of the different things that you can put in your nails away as well. Do you remember everything that I took out? The protein bond? Well, you know what? This is something you don't put away because this is something I actually use to make the structure last long, and one of my secrets to help the top coat polish to last long too. I noticed that when I put this on the nail after the buffing and the shaping of it and filing it down, when I put the top coat on, it helps to last long. It doesn't chip, doesn't peel. The reality is whenever you use gel, it's gonna happen. And a lot of people say, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. It depends on what that person does with their hands. If that person is a person who works with their hands and they use like harsh chemicals on their hands, it's gonna lift, it's gonna peel. But the thing about it is, I like to do as much as I can to prevent it and to help the set to last long. When a person is coming in, they're paying for a service. So you want to definitely be very picky about the top coat. When you take out your top coat, you have to pick out a top coat that basically is for that person's lifestyle. So we're going to go over the top coats real quick that I use. So this one is a really old one. This company, you can't even get in touch with them anymore. KC, they no longer exist. It's called Seal Top Non-Sticky UV Gel for a dazzling shine. Now, the reason why this one is a favorite, it is crazy because once I run out, I'm not going to have any more. The good thing is, look, I have the refill bottle to refill it, right? So the thing about it, I like it because it's very shiny and it doesn't leave a residue. There are some top coats that leave like a oily residue, and when you have that, you have to clean it off. If not, everything will stick to your hands. Ugh, yucky. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some good top coats that do that. So therefore, what you have to do is consider getting something that's going to clean it off really good. You can use alcohol. A lot of companies actually have a specific type of a wipe off that you can use. For example, Young Nails has a really cool product called Manicure, and they also have another one called Swipe. Okay, Swipe basically cleans it before you start, and then that Manicure is the finisher. Okay, so like I do like Young Nails products. I do. You're gonna see a lot of that coming here. Now with the top coats, of course, because I like Young Nails, I gotta show you one of their top coats that is my favorite. Are you ready? Bam! It's called Stain Resistant Gel Top Coat. Now, why do I like this? Yes, it's stain resistant. So if I'm cooking and I got jerk seasoning, or I got Cajun seasoning, or paprika, I don't have to worry about the seasoning staying on my nails. Also, as a licensed cosmetologist, I'm gonna tell you something. I have customers who come in and they get hair color. I don't want that hair color to stain my nails and ruin my set, because I am my greatest advertisement, and it would look really bad. So you got another one of my secrets: Young Nails Stain Resistant Gel Top Coat. So that's that one, and then here's another one. And before I even apply that, I use this. Now, another company that I do like is called Madam Glam. And I love it because, first of all, the tops are gorgeous. You can see the colors on top of the polishes. And I really like the fact that the bottles are a nice size. I hate when I get a small bottle like this, because I'm sitting there, it's a 0.34 full ounce. That's the only thing I don't like about Young Nails. It's such a stingy amount. This is a 0.5. That's a 0.34 full ounce. I need to get my money's worth. So what I have to do is, whenever Young Nails has a sale, that's what I rack up. I refuse to buy it when it's on full price. I refuse. I just rack up when it's on sale. Call me cheap, and I'm stretching my coins. So the base coat and the top coat has the same size bottle, and they're clear, of course. The base coat you will put on first before you put on a color polish, and then you put the top coat on top after to seal the color. I've actually tried this to seal like designs like this, and it works really good. And they give you an option. They actually have the soak off no wipe top coat. That's the one you don't have to worry about that sticky residue. And then they have the one that is, just a regular top coat. So you get to actually choose which top coat accommodates you, makes you feel more comfortable. I will say this: don't forget, after you do finish your set and put your top coat on, whether it's the no wipe where it's already shiny and you're good to go. Or the one that does require a wipe, after you wipe it off, seal with the oil. Now, I actually have my own container with crushed flowers in it, which is really something that a lot of people tend to like because it has a nice smell to it with the flowers in it. I order my cuticle oil and I put it in here, and I just basically take that brush and I just rub it right across the top area right here, and then I just work it down on the nail at the end. That's very important because you just done a lot of work and you do not want those cuticles to crack. That will be very painful, and that's not good. So we've already sealed the fruit basket. We're going to get the electric filer. Before I start, I'm going to show you the two different bits that I use. Okay, so I have a cylinder shaped one like this, and I have one that is the take off polish, and I have one to take down bulk. Now, this is the other one. It's shaped like a cylinder, but it has that safety curve on top. So this way I can move around, not have to worry about cutting my cuticles by mistake, and it smooths it out. I love it because when it touches my skin and it's connected to this, it doesn't hurt. So, first things first, I'm going to use my electric filer for young nails, which is really cool. And I'm going to go over the nail to smooth it out. Okay. Again, I left a piece sticking upward on purpose. You see that? Because I want to show you it's okay if it's sticking up. So I just basically go over the nail to smooth it out. Did you see that? It's gone. Look at that. Bam. It's gone. It's okay. And then I just basically go around the cuticle area. Again, do not do this on a learning how to do it yourself at home basis. Go to school. Go to school. Learn science, mathematics, and anatomy about the nails before doing nails. Do not just take it upon yourself and say, oh, I could teach myself, because learning how to do nails on your own at home, you can damage your nail bed. You could damage someone else's nail bed. And you know what? You need your hands. Your hands are very important. And your hands, you only get one set. And it's not a game. Don't take it so lightly. Don't say, oh, it's just fashion. Oh, anything that you touch a person, when you're touching a person, period, you do require education, people. So I basically went around the perimeter of the nail. I went over the whole nail with it to what? Take down bulk. Now I'm going to smooth it out with this one that I spoke to you about. This is the fun part. So remember I told you, like, this is a safety bit. Look at that. I would never do that with the other one. I've heard that people go get their nails done and that there will be professionals, they say, who have licensures on the walls, and they would cut their cuticles. Guess what? They need one of these. So this way, even if they make a mistake, and there's always room for human error, they will not hurt the person. You see how close I can get to my cuticles? Look at that. And I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to come closer because I really want you to see. See how close I can get up in there? And I don't have to worry about hurting myself. A person who loves what they do will invest in buying equipment that is good to get the best results and to protect their client from getting hurt. You do not want to have a customer get hurt, not just because of lawsuit purposes, but because you love what you do and you want to do it right and you want them to have good results. So if you truly care about your craft and you love what you do, you're out there and you're actually always looking for what's new, what can help me get it done faster, what can I offer brand new to my clients. You see what I'm saying? So that's very important. So after I do all of that, I take the file and I go around the edges. Now I'm going to tell you something. You should do this before and after. Okay? Me personally, I don't really worry about it because I already have a lot of experience with working with the product that I use for the structure, the crystal. So I know, number one, you cannot get it on the skin. Do not get it on the cuticle area, the sides of the fingernail, or any of that, because what happens is it hardens. It hurts when you try to file it off or take it off, peel it off, or whatever. It hurts. So that's the reason why. But anyway, I know better and I don't have that problem. So what I do is I basically take the file and I go under the nail like this to make sure it's straight. Okay? You really don't have to do that, but I'm doing it that way because I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I normally just do this underneath and I just do like that. See how that's straight? That is what I care about. That's really all I care about. And it has to be like that on both sides. Both sides have to be like that. You see that? Both sides. And those fruit pieces are in there. You got the grapefruit, strawberry, banana, pomegranate, and watermelon. And I was trying to stress the fact that they do cut these pieces. So you have to make sure that they're as flat as possible in the nail and not too thick. If it's extremely thick, you're going to have to put it on there in the very beginning and put layers and layers on top. People won't really notice it. And again, you can file it down. But it gives you more work to do, basically. So those slices, you want them as thin as possible. And again, like I said, you can always get heart shapes and all kinds of stones and put them inside too. That's what makes glass nails so fun. Some people call them encapsulated nails as well. So there's two different terminologies. Just like fashion, art has two different terminologies as well. With hair, they have the, some people say Senegalese twist. Some people say Baja, boho, twist. They have so many different terminologies. That's the reason why when a person comes in to get their nails done and they say something, the thing is, can you please show me a picture? Because you want to make sure that they're getting exactly what it is they're requesting and that you do it the right way. You want the results to be correct. So we've already filed it. We've learned that crystal or gel is what is required for the structure. We've learned that the pieces have to be flat. They can't be big and bulky. We learned that after you do put the product on there, that is the structure of the product. You can file right after that and right after you use the electric filer. And some people call this a drill. This is not a drill. We are not dealing with pavement, outside. We're not construction workers. We are nail technicians or cosmetologists. And this is an electric filer. This is not a drill. Okay? So we covered that. And we also spoke about the top coats, the different options of the different top coats. And if you do get the no wipe, or you can know that it's shiny after you cure it. And then since it's shiny, do not forget the main important part, which is to put that oil on that cuticle area so that what? It doesn't crack. And then also, if it is the one that requires the wipe off, have a wiping agent to use to take off the dust and everything. And I mentioned this is before you do the structure, and this is the finishing one. And Young Nails, I like the fact that they have it like that, color coded and everything, which really helps a person to know the difference and, you know, be organized. So, okay, we did all of that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do it. We've already filed. So what's next? We have to do buffing. So the type of buffer that I use is the purple and black one. And it's coarse. I think there's maybe, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 different kinds of buffers. So there's the white buffer. It's completely white all over. That one I would say could be used for pedicures. It's the most gentlest one. And that means that the outside is white as well as the inside is white. Welcome everybody to Looking New with Lady Blue. And then they have the ones that's orange and black, purple and black, and my favorite, and I gotta order it, blue and black. And basically it's color coded to let you know the level of how strong this black area is. So this is basically close to a new one, okay? One that has been like really used a lot will be a little raggedy. And I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna laugh, I know it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You know how a lot of people say that when you get something brand new, it doesn't work as well until you've actually used it a couple of times? I can agree and I can kind of disagree with it. It really doesn't matter to me. But I'm still going to show you one that has been used. So this one is kind of older. You see it? This is what happens when you've actually used the buffer a while. So it goes from looking like this, from it being used so often, and this is how it was when you first purchased it. You see? And you use it maybe once. So I'm going to use this one, okay? And the purpose of using this is basically to smooth the nail. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people, they don't really focus on this part too much because they took the time to use the electric filer. And they're just like, you know, I don't see the purpose. Me, on the other hand, I am a little, I'm going to say picky. So therefore, I really take the time to do the buffing. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I buff. So what I do is I will take the time and I will rub this buffer on the tip to flatten, coming up. And then I'll rub it on the sides. And then you see like where the cuticle area is, that's a very important area to me. And the thing is that you're not supposed to cut the customer or yourself with the electric filer, so therefore that area is not sensitive, it's not tingly, it's not burning or anything. If you feel any of those sensations, it's a possibility the person who is doing the work is not licensed. So I will just simply go straight up from the middle to the cuticle area, and I just buff that area really good. That area to me is just like really important. And the reason why is because that's where the product meets the skin. So I really want that area to be nice and smooth. And the reason why is because when I put that top coat on and it's shining and it's popping, I want it to shine and pop, you know? So that's it with the buffers, right? Now, we're going to have to clean off that buildup of dust debris on the nail. Now, some people, they use cotton. Some people, they'll get like little pieces that's been specially sliced for this purpose. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just get a piece of paper towel when I use it, because I'm gonna be using it for both hands anyway. It's normally this size. I get the selector size paper towels, and I use those, and they last me pretty well, a good amount of time. So I basically take this. I'm gonna use the swipe, because that's what that's for. That is to clean off buildup or dirt from the nail, from young nails. So I'm going to tap it a couple of times because it's a very thick layer of paper towel, and then I clean it off. Now this is the point where you will really see if you've had any errors or mistakes or whatever. Why? Well, it's see-through. And if there's any mistakes with the application process of you putting the items inside, you will see it. You will see it very well. You see that? Nice and smooth, clear. You can see through the nail and you can see what's in it. And that's what we want. We want that nail to basically be smooth. Look at that. Now at this point, if you notice that there's any bumps on the nail, this is the time that you take to smooth it out. Do not be ashamed or like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't get this right. Practice makes perfect. And a person who is determined to get it right, perfectionist, or you just love what you do, this is who better to critique yourself than you to get it right, so just so the customer doesn't see it first, or the person whose hands those nails are on sees it first. You want to fix everything before they find it, basically. So go back into the buffer, just move it. It was like a little bump. If it's a serious bump, that means that you need to learn how to properly use the electric filer, because I had said to you earlier, the second one, you see this one, is to smooth out the nail, and the first one was to remove bulk. And that's the reason why I use two. Now there are some people who only use one, and that's fine, but I'm a little picky, and what I do is I use this one to remove bulk, this one to smooth it out. And just so you know, because like I am like the type of person who is always open to learn new things and try new things to better myself with all areas, there are different kinds of bits, and I will talk about that another time. Look at this one, right? But the problem with this one is it's not smooth up here. It's sharp up there. So if you don't have the proper training, you can seriously hurt somebody. But I do have that one. And this one is another one that I have, which is shaped in an interesting way, right? Now I'm gonna tell you something. When it comes to your equipment, also, you have to make sure that you keep it clean. Some people don't; they just throw it away. You can brush it. And it'll last you longer. You see? Now you can see it without the dust. And you will put this closer to the cuticle area and this ending part toward the outside, coming away from it. So basically what I'm saying is there are different types of bits to get different types of results. And you honestly don't know which one is going to work best for you until you try it for yourself. So keep an open mind and try them out. Don't be ashamed to go back in and reuse your electric filer, not drill. And do not forget to use what? Your buffer. So, okay, so we covered that. We buffed it. We did all of that. Now, at the end of using the buffer, I normally do this with this area just to make sure that it's smooth. And it feels so good. Like, you know, it's just like not cutting me or anything. I love it. So now the last step is my top coat. And do you remember my favorite? Well, my favorite is the stain resistant. But before I do that, I use Young Nails Protein Bond. So I'm going to put that on here because it's going to help my top coat not chip. So I get a good amount on there. And no, I'm not ashamed to put a good amount on there because I want my nails to last. So I put a good amount on there. I'm going to hold this close by because I'm going to be using that soon. And I'm going to put this on now. And of course, you have to use your lamp. Now, curing time. How do you know how long to cure your nails is a question that I hear from a lot of people. And I'm going to answer it, so pay attention. You ready? Okay. So, when you buy a product, always take the time to read the instructions. Every product is different. And because every product is different, we have got to follow the instructions to make sure we're using it properly to get the results that we want. So, most products say you have to cure each layer 60 seconds. Okay, so in school, 60 seconds is what, 1 minute. Now, I have different options on this UV lamp. I have 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 60, and I have 99 seconds. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll leave it in there any time that is after 60 seconds. The reason why is because I just really want my nails to last long. And I am not stingy with my top coat because I really want it to last long. When you polish the nail, make sure that you're not leaving an area not touched by that gel. Make sure that you see with your eyes that it's completely shiny, because you do not want to cure it and then have to go back in, because that means now you're going to have to get your electric filer, completely take the product off, and then what else? Buff it smooth and then put the layer on. It's not wise to double up on a top coat. I'm going to say it again. It's not wise to double up on a top coat because it'll be very bulky and it's guaranteed to pill. It's guaranteed to crack and chip. So don't do that. Top coats are not designed to be applied on the nail twice. Now, when you use regular color gel polish, you can use it 2 times. Do not polish the polish more than twice. If it's too thick, it will not cure properly. It needs to cure properly, evenly, all over the whole nail. And a secret to helping your polish last long also, because I gave you my first one. My first secret is to use that protein bond and then apply the polish. My other secret, are you paying attention? You ready? I cap it at the end. What is capping? Capping basically means that when I polish the nail, I take the time to use that brush to go over the tip of the nail briefly. Now, when you do this, you need to put your hand down and let the gel cover your nail first, like this, and then put it in a UV lamp. So basically, you're going to polish over the nail and you brush it over the tip. And then you hang your hand down like that. You see what I'm saying? Let it run down. Gel moves. Always know that. Gel moves, and if it's real bulky in one spot, you're in trouble. It's going to take a longer to cure, and then on top of that, it's guaranteed to chip, crack, or whatever that's bad. So, okay, cool. So it's all done. There you go. That's the fruit basket. Look at that. Right? Now, this top coat is actually the tacky, sticky, oily, leftover residue top coat. It's not the no wipe. So, we're going to use what? Young Nails Manicure. I love it. It's awesome. It doesn't have like a crazy smell to it or anything. And I just rub it on my nail. And boom. It's nice and shiny and smooth. I love it. Look at that. You got your banana, your watermelon, your pomegranate, your grapefruit, and your strawberry on the top. And it's awesome. Now, don't forget the last step I told you guys about. Most important, always clean in between using products. You don't want to knock anything over. So while I'm talking, I'm basically putting things back. I don't want anything to spill. So let's recap. You put this on, right? The Protein Bomb, My Secrets, before you put the polish on. And what? You bring it over the nail, and don't forget to put it over the tip, let it hang downward for a second, and then put it in the UV lamp. And the cure the polish question, 60 seconds minimum for most polishes. And then if you keep it in there a little longer, that's fine, because you want to safeguard, or you feel as though you just need an extra kick to keep it longer. You know, it's okay, whatever. But the minimum is what? 60 seconds, which is what? 1 minute. And most UV lamps have a timer on top, so it'll let you know when that time is up. So, you put everything away. You get out your oil at the end. And the oil is for the cuticle area, because you don't want it to be dry. Go right over that area. You know, see how dry my finger is? Yeah. And then, of course, you can rub it on there. That nail is going to be just gorgeous to look at. People are going to come up to you and they're going to grab your hand. You're going to be polite and let them look at your nails. And you're going to be happy because you don't have to worry about what? The nail color smudging, the nail color being stained, and your design is inside. So it's protected glass nails, encapsulated nails, whatever, creative terminology you want to use, and you don't have to worry about your nails being messed up. And that's why I love them. I do hair, I do braids, I do nails, I do pedicures. Some people are scared of feet. I do color, I do massage therapy. I'm an all-around licensed cosmetologist, and I love what I do. And I like to not just be the one who's performing the service to help people to look good and feel good about themselves, because that's what we're all about, looking good and feeling good. But I like to also make sure that I'm maintaining myself to look good and feel good as well. So you lead by example, you practice what you preach. And that's why I love that stain resistant top coat. It's just awesome. Look at how shiny that nail is. Now, before I go, if you have any suggestions of things you would like me to do, from haircuts to braids to nails to whatever that's underneath the umbrella of cosmetology, let me know. Okay, I'll do it. I'll make sure that I record it. You can always go to YouTube, Okay, make sure you mark your calendar, set your time for your alarm, log on to Tag and join us. And let me know what other stuff you would like to see. Thank you again for tuning in and seeing me do some nails, seeing me do the fruit basket nails. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.